There is, for the most part, no such thing as moral victories in the NFL. Like you win or you lose, you're good or you're not. It's pretty cut and dry, right? Well, for the Washington Commanders, I feel like there's a little bit of a moral victory, but there's also you lost, right? Because falling 32-23 to the Baltimore Ravens has its, I mean, you got to be a little bit optimistic. I mean, respectively, the Ravens are one of the best teams in the NFL. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the Commanders had multiple chances here. And they had, or at least they had the ability in a lot of ways, and it just didn't go according to plan. And they couldn't stop the run. That was a big thing. But we're going to cover the entire game and our latest edition of our winners and losers for this one. We're going to start with the winners because we are optimists on this channel. Or optimists? Or no, optimistic. That's the one. Anyway, so we got to start with Mike Sanisterl. Had that nice interception early in the game that really got the Commanders rocking and really went from there. Now, the rest of it, as far as the pass coverage for the entire secondary, not great. We'll talk about that. But Jaden Daniels, also big time game from him, 24 of 35 for 269, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Also led the team with 6 carries, 22 yards, no touchdowns. Now, normally that'd be a slow day for him, but this was not a good day for the run game. Again, we'll get into that as well. But Jaden Daniels looked really good in the pocket, even though in some cases his offensive line wasn't giving him protection. But for the most part, they were pretty good. Also, Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz had himself a pretty good game, 4 for 68. Also, Noah Brown. Noah Brown is really showing that he's going to be a huge part of this offense and continue to be. 4 for 58 for Noah Brown. Terry McLaurin caught both of Jaden Daniels' touchdowns, 6 for 53 and 2 tutties. And then also you had Austin Eckler as a receiving back. Now, again, on the ground, the Commanders just did not get it done today, but Austin Eckler looked every bit of that lead back for the Commanders. 9 carries, 21 yards. Also had 4 catches for 47 yards. Had a couple of big-time ones there that really made them really shine in some of those touchdown drives. So, huge shout-out to Austin Eckler. Dante Fowler. When it's really tough to bring a pass rush against a fast quarterback and an athletic quarterback like Lamar Jackson, Dante Fowler got a couple of sacks today, and he's really showing me that he is potentially going to really lead this defense a little bit in a time that they need him. Because interior-wise, I'm not worried, but as far as the exterior of this defensive line, specifically the outside, I had some questions, but right now, Dante Fowler is playing just as good as about as anybody, and I will go to the mat for him in any capacity. Also, the pass protection. So, for the most part, like I said, the pass protection was pretty good. Nick Algoretti, who we'll get into in the losers, did allow a sack early on there, but overall, Jaden Daniels was sacked, I believe, a total of 3 times. But that's pretty good considering the Ravens have an absolute nasty defensive line. Also, defensively, Bobby Wagner was everywhere, 12 total tackles on the day. Now, you take that for a grain of salt because he was very good, but at the same time, Lamar Jackson was able to stand in the pocket and do whatever he absolutely wanted. And that was that did suck. But overall, for about as far as winners, that would do it for me because I got to talk about the rest of these losers. So the running game, not good in any capacity. You had, again, Jaden Daniels, when he leads the charge in rushing, usually that's a good thing, but when he only has 22 yards, not good. Not good. I believe, I think you only had 52 rushing yards on the day. Not great. And when you were the second-ranked rushing unit in the entire NFL, we got to have it more. Even though, again, I know that the Ravens' defense is pretty good, but we need to have more of it. That's just a harsh reality of it. So, the run defense. So, for the most part, in the start of it was relatively good. But, I mean, Derrick Henry, 24 carries, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson was largely shut down. And again, I also know that this is a good offensive line, relatively good offensive line for the Ravens, as well as they've got one of the toughest running back and quarterback duos for options in the entire NFL. It's rough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but not good. Not good. I mean, you got shredded on the ground. The run defense needs to be a lot better, if you ask me. Nick Algoretti allowed that red zone sack of Jaden Daniels. Why did the Commanders? I think it was like a 3rd and 7. They had to settle for a field goal on that. Not good there. Also, Austin Seibert, that field goal right before the end of the half, I mean, that looked like I kicked it. Like, that was not good in any way. That was a little bit of a letdown. F.A. Odaba, who allowed that, basically let Derrick Henry walk in for his, I think it was his second touchdown. He had a play where he could have spilled that tight end coming in to block him, and he really didn't do enough. And so, overall, also the pass defense was not good. I mean, Lamar Jackson could sit back there and just camp. He had all day for the most part, and yes, we did mention guys like Dante Fowler that got in the backfield, but my interior barely got any pressure. And again, I also know that it's a running quarterback, so you don't want to put a ton of pressure and let him escape necessarily. But at the same time, Lamar Jackson has shown us that he can throw from the pocket as well. So not great in every facet there. But overall, like I said, there are no moral victories in the NFL. But considering where this team was from a year ago and now going toe to toe with one of the best teams in the NFL and losing by a touchdown, there are some perks from this, but we got to see more from this defense. Like, I think this defense can be very, very good, but they got to be able to shut down the run. They got to be able to get after the passer, and they got to be able to create turnovers. That's what it comes down to. So, but overall, let us know what you guys think. The Washington Commanders falling to the Baltimore Ravens today, 30-23. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next video.